What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. I want to start this off by just showing you I just finished this video where I said I wish what you all could see. I wish you all could see what I could see. This is just a quick, shot of what it is I'm looking at. I'm gonna be quiet so you can feel the vibe. It's bottom of a quarry. My favorite shooting spot so far. Now I'm just gonna set this up right, make sure everything is good. Get this giant ant off of this cement. Alright. And take a seat. Alright. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Just finished the video. Want to jump into a topic I've been wanting to do since the first day I started doing this. I wanted to make sure that I get everything right before I did this. This is the first video I actually went back and did some studying for, some rereading, just to, I don't know how that thing got on my neck. Y'all just witnessed how quick my reflexes work. Anyways, I've been studying for this one, been preparing for this one because this is a very important topic. And what is the topic, you ask? The topic is simple. Simply put, black people, black like me, invented and intuited the practice of meditation. I'm gonna say it again. Black people, as in African black, have intuited, the first to do, the first to teach, the ones to spread the practices of yoga, which we now know is meditation, is spiritual cultivation. This is very, very, very important to touch on, not just for the fact of just throwing around races. That's not what it is that I'm trying to do here. It's just about simply teaching the truth, all right? It's a lot of lies being thrown around into the ears of our people, into the ears of our children, to the ears of our youth, that are being spoken upon as if they are the truth. So we got people around here who are as confused as I don't know what about a lot of different things. So it's not about black people is well, I don't know, I'm not gonna even put it like that. I'm gonna say it's not a black versus white thing. It's not a black versus Indian thing. It's not a black versus Chinese thing. It's just a statement of fact, a statement of truth that is not known, that I would like to make present or made known to the world. Plain and simple. So, made my statement point. Now, in saying that, I'm gonna go and be more and more specific. The earliest historical literature, the oldest historical data, the oldest historical artifacts, whatever you want to name it, that stems back into the practice of yoga, that stems back into the practice of meditation, including the whole lotus pose. I ain't gonna do it right now, but it stems all the way back to ancient Kemet. For those of you who have not put two and two together yet, when I say Kemet, I mean Egypt. When I say Egypt, I mean Africa. When I say Africa, I mean black people. I don't mean white people. The reason I even say that, the reason why I even have to say that, is because if you dig into the historical quote unquote pause, if you dig into the quote unquote historical data that you find on any readily available technological source, the computer, you might stumble across things that say that the ancient Egyptians were not black. You might say that they were as white as they could be, or You could say that all of the developments that that group of people were able to accomplish in that time was accomplished as a result of the intermingling with white people. That's pretty much the type of theories that they throw around for their own agendas. I ain't talking about their agendas right now. This ain't a black versus white thing. This is about telling you what it is, all right? This is about speaking the truth. So, like I was saying, these is not these are not white people. These is people who look like me, people who look like you, people who are melanated. All right, yoga, and not just no. Let me not. I'm not. I'm gonna say that for a second. Yoga, the practices of yoga stem back to ancient Kemet, and the reason why that is so important is because the foundations of I talked about this. I touched on this in the previous video. The foundations of all of the feats of what the ancient Egyptians did in the past was a result of their spiritual cultivation system. When I say that, I mean, what does that mean? That means the practices that they did in order to develop themselves spiritually. Simple. So, what is the root of their spiritual cultivation system? It's the practice of yoga. It's the practice of meditation. It's the practice of being still, intuiting your own divinity, and manifesting your own divinity as the God that we all are. Simple. Being able to actually do that. Not to say it, not to go around speaking it, but to actually do it. How do you do it? You know, that's what's important. That's what these people, our people, were able to figure out all these years back. And that was the reason why they were so far advanced in terms of uh, their societies and their civilization. What do I mean when I say that? The ancient Kemetic people, not just the Kemetic people, by the way. It's not just ancient Kemet. That was just the oldest historical uh, group known to begin this. But black people in general, spread all around throughout Africa, were practicing these practices, and as a result, they were able to manifest the whole concept of civilization. What you and I know now as a civilization was not created by white people. Simple. It was created by us. The reason why, again, I'm gonna keep on saying this because it's not a black versus white thing. This is me going and undoing the falsehood that has been placed in your and my mind and making it readily accessible. That's what I'm doing here. Civilization, all of the sciences, all of the maths, all of the spiritual sciences, all of the literature, the whole concept of phonetics, the whole concept of agriculture, the concept of you name it, farming, all of that um, was created by us way back when. I don't know how many people know that, but it is a statement of fact. It's a statement of historical record. It did not begin with no Arabs. It didn't begin with no white people, no Europeans. No, they came and they learned it from us, and then went and tried to make their own way of doing it. That goes with not just the aspect of civilization, what you see right now, but it's the whole aspect of spirituality altogether. That's not the topic. I can talk about that in the future. What I'm talking about is how black people originated meditation. So if you think about it and you wrap up what I just said, that means that which they were able to accomplish was done through the heightened level of attachment and understanding they had towards our own intuition, to our own spirit, and the practices that are necessary in order to cultivate it and to evolve. That practice was meditation. So you couldn't really have something like civilization if you didn't have a practice that would allow you to be able to intuit civilization. So that means that's why I'm tying civilization and meditation here. So for those of you who are saying and are thinking, and this is very true, this is by no means a shot against the Chinese, no means a shot against the Japanese at all. The reason why I'm saying that with such emphasis is that what I've learned, a lot of it has come from the Japanese animes. Simple. They put it in their shows and um, make it available in that way, and I was able to intuit that that is deeper than it is. It's not just some simple cartoon. I practice it. I see it as real stuff. So big respect to the Indians, big respect to the Chinese, big respect to the people of the East who take their spiritual cultivation seriously. All I'm saying is it's deeper than that. It doesn't stem. It doesn't root. The root does not begin with them. It's simple. There are and were black people all throughout Africa who have already learned this practice, already mastered the practice, and all of the different aspects of it, who traveled, migrated, and spread to different parts of the world, establishing their teachings. India was no different. China was no different. All these other areas was no different. There were black people who, like I just said, stemmed back from Africa, who traveled to these lands and started these practices there. And now what you see are those who have adhered to it still trying to express it and manifest it in the ways that they know how via the Indian cultures, the Japanese cultures, and the Chinese cultures. All right, I'll put it like that. There are specific books that you can read for yourself in order to verify this if you would like. If you would like recommendations, I have two authors off of the top of my head. There's plentiful authors and scholars who have already paved the way on this topic. I'm just going to name two of them. The first one, his name is Ra Un Nefer Amen. I'm going to put all this in the description. And then there is Muata Ashby. Those are two scholars who I recommend. I might even link their books that I'm talking about in this description. But they lay out the names of the people. They lay out the different cultures. They lay out the timelines. If you want to get deeper into it, by all means, I'll give you some resources to begin with. All right. So, with that being said, why? It's one thing to say what it is, and this is another thing to say why. Why, Dalen? Before I watched your video, did I think that the pyramids and the Great Sphinx and all that over there was created by white people? Why did I think that white people created civilization? Why did I think that India and China and all them and were the ones who started these type of practices? Why am I so oblivious to what it is that you're saying? Simple question. I mean, not simple question. Good question. Simple answer. This is a very very, if you haven't known by now, racist society. That means the truth does not have any priority in the minds of these people. The priority of these people is to make you think that certain pigmentations of skin or lack of pigmentations of skin result in a more evolved, a more supreme, I'm gonna say it again, a more evolved, a more supreme being than the ones who are melanated black people. I said a lot. I'm gonna make that a lot simple. I apologize. I said a whole lot of unnecessary words. The objective is to make you think that white people are superior to black people. That's what I just said in big words for no reason. I apologize for that. But all right. So with that being said, the history, the reality, the truth behind it does not back that statement. Therefore, they try and shield and hide all of these information that I'm trying to tell you away from the common people. It's very accessible. It is accessible if you have the money, if you have the means to learn this information. But if you don't, which most people don't, they're just gonna tell you what they want to tell you. They're just going to call it the truth, and that's just going to be that. All right. What I mean by that is the book book I'm gonna put in the description. It's called Metu Neter. It's by Raul Nefer Amen. I just said him. If you look right now, you go on Amazon, you try and get it for yourself, you're gonna see that book is $100. Who from amongst the black community is gonna go get a book for $100 besides someone like me? I can't think of anybody else besides myself, to be honest. And they know that. So that's why they make these books so expensive, so inaccessible. They try and hide it from you. They try and conceal it from you to try and justify this false theory that white people or lighter skinned people are more evolved and more superior. All right? That's what it is. That's how it is. It's not the truth. This is the truth. Me trying to present it to you like this. All right? Meditation, civilization, our agriculture, everything that you need in order to thrive and live well as a collective of people was created and intuited by black people. Couldn't have been done if the black person was not in tune with his own intuition to be able to manifest what was necessary for this existence. That practice, in order to intuit that which is necessary and intuit the wisdom of the Supreme Being from within you, is meditation. Meditation precedes civilization. Civilization leads us to be able to live here. Simple. All right? So, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to put the description, in the description, the titles of the authors again. Keep this in mind. Keep on digging. Keep on learning. Meditate for yourself. Evolve for yourself so that we can have our place in the world. All right? Thanks again. See you on the next one.